everyone, and welcome to ZPR Zanu Project Rethink. My name is Franck Zanu, and I'm in the studio this afternoon with two wonderful brothers. Came from far away, and we have been talking back room on different things, and all of them got to do with our people, both on the continent and outside the continent, as to how can we make some impact. How can we start a whole new discussion for the young ones? How can we change the course of where we are? And so I have with me Philip Brown, who in another life I called him Gardner, and he was okay with it. And I have also Jaydon Gardner. Jaydon, a former football player with Southern Connecticut State University, now works with the Yale University. And of course, Philip is an entrepreneur based in Atlanta, Georgia. And good afternoon and welcome to the studio, both of you.
Thanks for having us.
Good to see you again. Yes, I know. Our conversation, I was very interested. So, like we were saying, a back room, it just occurred to me. And the reason I'm going to do this episode, I haven't told you guys the end yet. Okay, you only heard the beginning. The reason I wanted to do it is I believe every conversation like this would spark something in the mind and in the head of our people worldwide, right? Where somebody can say, oh my God, it makes sense, and something can change. It is the only reason I do these episodes, or I pick these topics. So you can see we are not the breakfast club type of topics and all that. We really are intentional about it. And so guys, when you come to the studio to engage me, an old baby boomer, I'm way past 50, and then two Gen Zs, this is the most dynamic conversation I think. I hear and learn from you guys. You guys also put the questions and get to learn from me. So if you're ready, we're gonna go. All right, so first let me explain when I say the word industry. Industry simply would mean that things that you see outside in many, many places that people have created and exported, they are known for it. Either people come to them to consume it, or they send it out. It's known, and you can see it in many parts. So that is something, like an industry. Today, they said if you flip everything you flip, it's made in China. So we know that manufacturing, is big in that. So I'm going to start by asking the two of you, and there is no wrong or right, but throw it to me as you know, because you've traveled, you guys are well educated. So let's say we do it countries, right? All right. If you think about, or you hear the country Japan, what industry comes to your mind? Automobile, yes.
Electronics.
Electronics, yeah, there's media. What else?
I'll just say technology in general.
Technology in general. What is the latest media? They are popular in this particular media. Anime.
Oh, yes. Anime.
Okay, so those are yes. Now, if you think about, or the word China comes to your mind, what industries immediately comes to your mind?
Manufacturing.
Right.
Manufacturing, the biggest in the world.
Logistics.
Logistics,
shipping.
yes, correct. And R&D?
R&D's.
Research and development. They have the Wuhan lab and many, many labs where,
Yeah.
okay, Chinese, what else?
I said kind of e-commerce. I don't know if that's
E-commerce,
specific
yes, okay.
industry.
So those are the, okay. When you think about a country like Korea, what comes to your mind?
Automotive.
Automotive?
Electronics as well.
Electronics as well.
Samsung.
Yeah, Samsung, that's correct. Okay, let's move from that. When you think about a country like Germany, what comes to your mind? What industry are they really powerful and good at?
Auto. Same
Automobile.
thing.
Everybody wants to drive
Engineering.
Mercedes. Engineering. The third one would be military.
Yeah.
Military.
Aeronautics.
Yeah.
Aeronautics. Okay. When you think about a country like Italy,
Automotive again.
oh, big time.
Fashion.
The best cars you can ever see. And what else?
Fashion.
Fashion. When you think about France, what industry comes to mind?
Same thing. Fashion.
Fashion, automobile, the Renault, the Citroëns. Okay. When you think about America, The United States, so that we're specific. What industry?
I think of aerospace engineering.
Aerospace engineering,
Technology, software,
automobile,
finance.
finance. Well, they take everything.
Yeah.
Space industry
Yes.
and entertainment.
Entertainment, yeah, Hollywood.
Entertainment. Okay, and okay. So when you think of Jamaica, what industry comes to your mind?
Tourism,
Tourism.
No, industry, man. Own it. Yeah.
something you export.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
export. You own it. Jamaicans don't own the industry. No.
Yeah.
Okay. When you think of Haiti, what industry comes to mind? Okay. When you think of Ghana, what industry comes to mind? Okay. When you think about Nigeria, what industry comes to mind? When you think of Tanzania, what industry comes to mind?
Nothing.
Okay, there's a popular country in the world. When you think of Uganda, what industry comes to mind? Okay. All right, let's be fair now. Okay, let's be fair. So I'm going to do it region, so that way it's even larger. Okay. So when I say region, I mean like you can say continent, all right? When you think about Asia, which includes Japan, China, South Korea, India, and all that, what industries come to mind?
Manufacturing.
Manufacturing, auto,
Yeah.
Technology.
technology, electronics. Okay. When you think of Europe, what industry comes to mind?
Automotive again.
Automobile, big time Europe, right?
Finance.
Finance,
It's engineering of any kind.
engineering of any kind, technology, that is Europe for you. So let's say if you think of North America, which includes Mexico, China, Mexico, Canada, and Nigeria, a continent, what comes to mind?
Everything.
Everything.
Software.
Finance, engineering.
That's correct. It all comes to
Yeah.
mind. Military.
Technology, yeah.
Okay. When you think of, so we've done 3 regions. When you think of Africa as a continent, what industry comes to mind?
Natural resources.
All right.
Natural resources were not made by the people. I said industry, meaning you've industrialized something. Natural resources is everyone has natural resources.
Okay. So you wouldn't say oil in Nigeria? That doesn't count?
No.
For anything?
Yeah, you'll be talking about Middle East. They really control it. Nigeria can even refine its own oil. They take it away, refine it, and sell it back to you. So it's not, you're not selling it to anybody.
That makes it tough.
Wow.
I can't think of anything. Like nothing comes to mind.
All right. So you're thinking of why I'm asking this?
Yeah. Why?
But why couldn't you find any industry for the black countries I mentioned and even for the continent? So don't we do anything?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
We mentioned tourism, but that didn't count.
No.
We mentioned.
No, Kenya has tourism, Tanzania has tourism, but they
Yeah.
don't control it. You know.
Yeah. I mean, we obviously work. We do things, right?
Yeah.
Like there's, most of my family works in the medical space. Like there's a lot of nurses. There's a lot of, I forgot what they call people that work with elderly people, elderly care.
CNAs.
Yes.
CNAs. Yeah, there's a lot of that in my family. It's very common. There's accountants, things like that.
So,
A lot of
But-
trade work.
For example, if you go to Jamaica and all the 5-star hotels, 5-star restaurants, 5-star resorts and all that, whom do you find in the waiting section department? Okay? Receptions, the swimming pool facilities, the ground facilities, the landscaping, the room service. Who do you find?
In Jamaica?
Yes.
Yeah, Jamaica.
Jamaicans. yeah.
Jamaicans. All right. When you come to the United States of America, Europe, and when you go to Dubai, okay, which has now, and you look at the roads being kept, airports, restroom facilities, who do you find in these departments in Dubai?
Pakistanis,
Pakistanis,
Indians,
Nigerians, Kenyans.
Southeast Asians.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you come to the United States and you look at every hospital in this country, you go to New York and see the powerful hospitals with their doctors. The largest department, which is the one you mentioned, the RN which is the nurses, the CNAs, all that, which people do you find in those areas?
A lot of West Indies people.
Yeah. African
Caribbeans,
Americans.
Africans, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you go to Hollywood or any of the very wealthy towns in America and other places, for that house to really move and function, from the kids, the nannies, the drivers, the caretakers of that, who are more commonly found in this place?
Hispanic, Black.
Caribbeans, Africans. We do.
African,
Okay.
yeah.
What is that industry called?
Service.
Service industry.
Hospitality, yeah.
So why didn't you guys mention it when I was asking about industries?
Yeah, I didn't mention it because I didn't count it as an export. The people leave the country and go do it in another country. It doesn't benefit the home country, right? So if Jamaicans are good at hospitality, they leave Jamaica and go do it in America. They don't do it in Jamaica.
That's correct.
They leave.
Well, they do it in Jamaica.
Well, yeah.
So if you want to open a very good work hospital or anything in Jamaica and you are white from Germany, you know very well, I'm going to get people in this department right there in that country, right?
Yes.
Okay. So why is that not known to us? Why haven't we, our countries, built that industry so that even something as common as, nanny, will be thinking, yes, nanny is about 90,000 because your governments make deals with other countries. Instead of a Jamaican woman is now struggling to pay bribery to find a way to get a visa and then go to Europe or America and then become a nurse anyway. When the countries could be coming to your government knowing that you've developed that industry because we are naturally good at it. Why is the world, why doesn't the world know us for that? Because you here, you're black, I asked the question, why didn't we say it when I said the countries?
Because we don't really own the industry per se.
But we are good at it.
Right.
Okay.
But we don't own it. We don't have a monopoly.
That's what I'm
over
asking.
it.
Why
For
not?
sure.
We are good at it already.
We don't think to do it. We don't even.
Yeah.
And why do you think
Maybe because culturally it's not very, you don't perceive it as a high paying job to go work and take care of people and stuff like
so?
that.
Yes, because
right?
it's not a high paying job because you didn't make it into an institution.
Yeah.
You did not make it into an industry.
Yeah.
You see how China sends its people out? Yes, they train them. And you beg them to come and work. And they would ask for low pay, and they would do it. So think, why didn't we? And we've seen it for over 100 years that we are really good in these areas. People say it, that, you think of a hospital in America, and the first thing that comes to your mind is not the doctor.
It's the nurses.
I was in a hospital for 4 days. I saw the doctor, the 4 days. I saw the doctor only twice. And you know what he did? He spent like 15 minutes with me. Okay? Touch my chin, turn me around, wrote something down and said, you're good. He walks away. But every day I had more than 4 nurses. None of them was white. Coming in. They are the ones taking things in me, taking things, writing, okay? So which means they do the 90% in every hospital. The doctor just comes in there and then why haven't we? And the answer is very simple. We look down upon the very industry we are good at. Why do we look down upon it? Do you know?
Historically, it doesn't look, to be taken care of. It doesn't look good. You know what I'm saying? It's like in slavery, right? We were the people raising the master's kids, teaching them how to read, write, do all these things. We were the ones changing their diaper, doing all this stuff. And then to now do it after being given your freedom, it just doesn't, it doesn't make sense rationally.
That's correct.
To pick up and go do that thing.
That's correct.
Unless you have to.
I would say that, and it's just not it's not a skilled job per se. It's more labor intensive than skill focused.
RN is not a skilled job.
There's
driving a payload It's not a skill job.
It
What?
involves skill, but compared to the other industries that we mentioned, engineering, finance, there's a bit of a is there a difference?
But what is good about skill and non-skill? What is good about it? It's just one skill means that there is a curriculum and a training formula by which you go through to become this.
Well, skill does determine the price.
Yes.
So the harder it is for something to do, the more expensive and the more.
Not the harder. If that were the case, the women who carry loads on their head at the halfway tree in
Well, it's harder
Jamaica.
mentally.
What
A lot of people can do it. It's
I
physical
think if you
versus
put-
mental.
if you put some importance, know that you must know first. You see, demand and supply. The one with the goods have to know how much demand is there.
Yeah.
And then you determine when you make it in an institution. So recently, Trump announced that they would target IT, research, medicine, right? Because we put a lot of importance on
Yeah.
it. So, well, you put importance on it, of course, it's going to be expensive. If you had institutionalized this industry and your country focuses and train people in it so that people don't just leave your country, they know that countries would come to your government and then they go and work, then it becomes expensive.
But does it become expensive for the people that live in the country?
Yes, say.
Okay. So, because then you create this.
Because now you know that if you come to Jamaica and you open your hotel, you know exactly that I am not going to pay them peanut. But the people themselves are not putting any credits on the industry. So anything I promise them, they will take it. Their government is not even involved. The government of a country that is not even checking the wages, there's no wage control because you also don't put any importance.
Well,
Yet-
wage control has famously never worked out that
So
well.
you said something was interesting. When the African countries were colonized, when you go into the home of the maybe Secretary General or the colonial who wears the Como hat and all that, the people you see there cutting grass and trimming and making the house look functional are all the natives, right?
Yeah.
So they look at it, as you said, that this is not. But if you were not good at it, and if you are not highly sought for it, they would have imported their people from England to do those jobs. But they know you're good at it. That's why they didn't import their people to do those jobs.
I think that's one factor. I think they knew you were good at it and they knew you would do it for cheap. Right? That's also a factor is price. Price sets a lot of things.
When you are colonized,
Yeah.
you don't have any say for
Exactly.
it. So whether they know you do it for cheap or not doesn't even count. They can tell you do it for free.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
they couldn't do that to their own people.
But-
so that changes things.
Post-colonial,
Yeah.
wouldn't your government have seen that, wow, we did this job, and our people, when they go out, this is what we see them do. But also collectively, we look down upon the very thing we are good at. You see, when you look at what we've just done, tells you a lot about how we look at ourselves. Go to any high school at any given time, and they bring someone to speak. What are the 3 areas he tells the kids to focus on? Law, and
Engineering,
Healthcare.
medicine.
medicine.
Yeah, they don't even say healthcare. No, doctor. You are asking
Well, why do
people
they say that though?
because
Why do they
I
say
think-
it and why do we?
Yeah, we
You
do
know?
this. We do the same thing on the continent. Same
Okay.
thing. Don't come home and tell your mom you are going to study agriculture. You get a slap. No,
But I think the reason is those are the highest paying opportunities.
that's not true.
Why is that not true? It is true,
Well, I'm saying that if you put importance on something,
for sure.
well, it's going to be expensive.
Not necessarily, because then the efficiencies of putting the importance on it make it cheap.
So a hotel won't function, even if you have the best chef in this world and the co-chef. The hotel won't function.
Yes.
90% of what made the hotel function is these people. But the people themselves did not put any importance on what they do. So they come in as part-time. But if you put importance on it, then your countries will begin to create institutions that train people to be the best for this very important area. Then the place becomes expensive because they know you pay school fees. It's what I'm trying to say.
I think another thing that they think about when determining the pay is how many other people could we potentially get to do this same job.
Yeah, competition.
One of the reasons
Yes.
that doctors are paid so well is because not everybody can be a doctor. It takes a certain level of capacity and training and all these things. That's why I was trying to explain that difference between, you know, the more labor service work and the high skilled.
No, you've got a good point that yes, not many people can become a doctor, so they pay them more.
Yeah.
But again, you have to see that the doctor's work in the hospital is only possible with all the people that go in to take care and prepare one patient before he walks in. So it becomes the egg or the chicken, which comes first, right? But I'm saying you don't even have to earn up to the doctor's level. But if our countries knew that we are good at this, majority of us, I'm not saying no doctors come from among us. I'm not saying no engineers came from among us. No, I'm not saying that. But if you were opening a very big, sophisticated factory somewhere and you are looking for the best engineers, would you be heading straight to Somalia?
No.
Or Haiti? How about Jamaica? No. Exactly. You'll be going to where you know you can get the people who are known to be good in that industry because they developed it.
Is it
They
the
say
chicken or the egg, though?
Yeah.
Are they good at it because their country decided to focus on it? Or are they focusing on it because they're good at it?
That's correct. The second one.
The second one.
Yes. You look among your people and see what they are good at, and then you put energy there. But when you, historically, as you said, you already look down upon it. Do you know why we go for doctor, lawyers, and engineers?
Status.
No, not at all. When they colonized the African countries, right? What do you think they did to the country? They built it.
Yeah.
So what do you think the white men brought to build it?
Engineers,
Exactly. And then there were a lot of disease. So who do you think they brought?
doctors.
Doctors. When I was young, all the people who came to inject us, they were white people in white gowns. So this is what your people saw to think that those are the most important areas of society. So it is common. Now, it is easy for a white kid from Westport to go home and say to the dad, Dad, listen, I'm going to open a burger place. Say, yeah, son. You might read a story of a guy called the 5-Star Burger. He went to college, came home and told the dad, I'm quitting, I want to go into. And the dad said, great. Today, franchise all over. But you don't come home and tell your Haitian father, I want to open a food truck. So we watch what the white people came to do when we were there, right? So we were the laborers. They brought engineers to build all the bridges and the pipes and all that. And we were seeing it, that they were the ones with a white cap and a notebook. Oh, it's beautiful. Then they brought doctors because diseases were breaking up in the tropical. So we saw it. It's beautiful. My daughter was sick. A white man came, gave an injection. She's fine. So boom. We think those are the things my children should do.
So, okay. So, my problem with it is that I don't think it's scalable.
What is so scalable?
The idea of a tourism or even like medical, right? Where like maybe you could have people flying into Jamaica or Nigeria for a specialized medical thing that only Nigerians know how to do. And that's how it would bring money back into the country, or just exporting your people and taking a percentage, like taxes, having some type of global citizen tax so the country has money. But like, you're not talking about being doctors or surgeons. You're talking about being registered nurses and being
Service
CNAs,
industry.
which is, that's still a great idea.
No, not
But-
an idea. I'm talking about an industry
Yeah.
that the only people know to be good at it is us. Majority.
Yeah.
I'm talking about an industry that no society, no industry will function without service people.
For sure.
Yeah.
But a lot
You're
of people
saying
can
that-
do service jobs.
You're saying that we
It's
can
not-
export our people to go do jobs in other countries.
It's been done, yeah. If you make it So it means that even your people wouldn't say, yeah, I'm struggling to get visa, because they know that people are going to come, because your country have made it where it has institutions that train these people properly. But if you didn't put anything to train the people, look, let me ask you, we are even talking about us being good in the service industry. How many Jamaicans today will not line up if a new hotel is open and they're looking for waiters, cleaners, room service? How many would not? What is the unemployment in Jamaica? But because you have not even trained your people so that they can do it, be punctual, work ethics, knowledge, expansion, growth, and promotion. You didn't do it that way. For her to work as the room service and become manager of room service, you didn't train them. So people will pay you peanuts because you didn't think that it is an important industry. It's what I'm trying to say.
So who needs to see it as important, Jamaicans or people hiring Jamaicans? Because those are two different things.
Well, you're good at it.
Because what if you come to me and you're like, hey, I trained all my people, like you, Nigeria, come to me and you're like, hey, we trained all of our nurses to be the best nurses, or the CNAs. It's like, well, I can get a bunch of people from Jamaica that aren't certified that'll work for
But they're doing the same thing, because if black people, globally, we recognize that we do well in this industry, and we've all agreed on it. Then I'm saying the countries individually will begin to focus on that industry. Now you are trying to teach medicine, and only 1 out of 200 in the classroom is going to be a doctor. Why are you focusing on the one that you don't get many ROI out of it? Is what I'm trying to say.
I think what you're saying would work theoretically if we could provide like a unique benefit to hiring us to do these jobs. Because like he said, you can hire other people to do service and hospitality jobs, but if you're saying that we are specifically better at it, like innately better at it, and we could offer a uniquely, like exponentially better service than any other race of people could.
Okay, who do you know in the industry today who beat you in all the in the service industry we described? Who?
Yeah. So so this is what I'm saying basically is like, how do we know we're good at it, or we're just not filling a gap that they didn't want to work? Let's just say let's just say, for example, I'm a white man. I don't want my daughter to work as a help for another white man. So I'm like, you don't do that. You go do this. We hire people that are better for that. And you just keep doing that. And then you're just filling a gap, right? You're filling a gap that they don't want to do, which is fine, right?
No,
but like,
let's go back. I mean, you're forgetting the thing. When we came to, you said, majority of my families are in nursing.
Yeah.
Look, take randomly, 3 women at the mall and ask them what they do. I'm a nurse. Mm-hmm. Jesus, if we're not good at it, the hospitals would have been firing us.
Yeah.
But we are the ones these staffing agencies look to us. Who else is competing with you in the CNA, senior, industry? Who else? Nobody.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Then why haven't we developed that industry for the 64% unemployed people you have today in Jamaica? What would be better if Dubai is coming to Jamaica saying, because I know your country trains and certifies and vet people, it is better for me to have a peace of mind getting them from you, knowing that you vet them, you've trained them, to take them to Dubai. Suddenly, people are paying attention to that industry. Wow, that is a good thing. But here, you are in Dubai, a guy walks in from Nigeria, Mali, anywhere saying, hey, yo, you don't even know if he has a visitor's visa. Does he have a visa at all? Can he travel freely and be happy and do work? No, they are all illegal, so they can't leave. So it affects them a lot. Bankers don't go to them and say, let me manage your finances for you while you are working here. Because we have looked down on the industry. We've agreed on that. So anything you're going to say after that is not. Since we've looked down a bit because of the historical, as we say.
Okay. So following that, right? So we're good at these industries, right? So how do the countries themselves benefit from training these people? And because, you've heard of the concept brain drain, where these countries, they'll train up people and then they immediately just move to America or the UK and don't ever come back to their country.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. If it becomes an institutionalized, then you see how you make the money out of it. In your university, are you not spending money trying to teach STEM? How many STEMs and how many drones have you flown?
Yeah.
You understand? So the question you are asking me is already there. You are saying, how do we benefit? Well, the students you are teaching in your universities to be STEM, everybody is wearing it like a badge.
Yeah.
How do you plan to get anything from it? Those are the ones we call brain drain. But I'm saying...
Don't they get endowments back from the government, though?
No.
The universities?
They got it from institutions, funders.
Okay.
But I'm saying, and taxpayers. So I'm saying,
Yeah,
but
that's the government.
if what we have spoken, Jamaica, for example, we know them, we've seen them in the hospitals. They are, every white geriatric I have met who was taking care of, so that Jamaican lady is the best, God bless her soul. Do you know what that means? But why are you not opening? So they come here and go to an American institution, some on financial aid, to become a nurse and a CNA or whatever it is, and then start working here. So why wouldn't I pay you peanuts? Because your country doesn't even put any credence on this institution or this industry.
Okay.
So you have 64% unemployment. We're talking, earlier on, we're talking about decentivize these women who doesn't want to work, but they can be the greatest CNAs. But you are not making anything in that area. Would you rather they are paying their things and live a life, but they are CNAs? That's what I'm trying to say. Because you're right. The only reason we're not doing it is because we've looked down on the industry. That's it. The one you shouldn't look down, you should look down on is the one that is not common to you, which is the STEM, the engineers, and the, you're going to. If anybody bought an airplane and is looking for pilots, he's not heading to Jamaica. No, he's going to go to Europe. You want the best of season in Silicon Valley. Are you going to go to Eastern Europe, or you're going to go to Nigeria? No, you're going to Eastern Europe. The best coder may be in Nigeria, but common sense wouldn't send you there. Common sense will not send you to China looking for Usain Bolt. But there's a Chinese who could possibly beat him. But because they don't focus on that industry, that kid is going to die with the long legs he never ran with. You see the point I'm trying to make here?
Speaking of that, I'm glad that you just brought up sports, because if you look at football and basketball, and for African Americans, we are known to be the best at it.
That's correct.
And you could say that that's something that we kind of export, because you have guys that will play here, but then go play overseas because we are known to be the best players.
Yes, but only America happens to be a capitalist country, so you can play basketball for Russia and come back and pay taxes only. Or you have an agent who plays you with Bosnia or China to play there for a while, and then you come home because America says that is your business. You started your business as a basketball, talent that is hired. Yes, so you're right about that. But we're looking at the huge continent of Africa that I ask you, which industry comes to your mind? And then when we started looking down at what our people do, we realized we are the best in service industry, which this world would not move a day without service people. You know, a movie happened about some few years back that says, if all Jose's left America. Every time you talk about immigration, what do the liberals say? Who will clean our toilets? Who would, don't they say that?
Yeah. Who works on the farm?
That's correct. But why are the countries where these illegals are coming from, if they train them properly, knowing very well that Europe, America, the farming industries are looking for this type of people, you will go to that country, sign a pact with the government before you take them out. The guy is never going to be cheated on. He will have a vacation to travel and come back, and he will work better.
You're saying the government would be able to receive compensation?
That's correct. Yeah, you could do that. Yes.
European nations or America.
You put tariff on all of them. Yes. 2 Jamaicans, $100 every 2 weeks. Now, don't you think the Jamaicans themselves will be happy to be coming home and spending the money home? But now he's working as a CNA in Europe. He has no visa, so he can't leave. Anyway, the interesting part of it is to ask you guys to think about this thing. When we were quickly, when we mentioned countries, we all knew the industries. How did we know of those industries? Because they train their people with STEM. They have been able to show that, yes, we can do it. And they've exported their cars, technology, anime, appliances, everything. Yes, that will tell you, train them. Have you seen the Middle East trying to waste their time teaching STEM?
Yeah.
Exactly. They would rather import it. Dubai was built all by outside companies from Europe, not by the Dubaians. They are not technocrats.
Yeah, that's interesting because I'm thinking about the hospitality angle and how my brain just is spinning of, so let's just say a country like Jamaica was to build out their hospitality, start training CNAs, RNs, all these support system support to doctor system basically. They could theoretically import doctors back into Jamaica, and then people would go to Jamaica.
Private hospitals would rather come and open.
Yeah, in Jamaica rather.
They call
than
it
here.
in Bahamas. They call it medical destination.
Yeah,
Who wants to pay a nurse here $45 an hour when you could go to Jamaica? It's warm. Your grandfather will receive. You're right. Many countries would say these people are training this service. You can now open hotels. Look, I've been to Jamaica several times, right? And when I go to eat in the 5-star upscale places, I hear complaints about it all the time from the owner.
yeah.
Yes, they are good, but there are other things you want a professional.
Yeah.
Now, you go to France, right? Serena Williams wanted to eat in a certain restaurant. They said okay, that must be a 5-star. You think the waiters in that place are some Jamaicans?
I don't know.
No. It will be French, well-trained waiters.
Well, if we were naturally good at it, wouldn't it be Jamaicans?
That's correct.
You're saying we are naturally good, but we don't train.
We don't train. So 5-star restaurants.
You're saying 5-star restaurants like that would import Jamaicans to
they will,
do those
because
jobs.
you've shown it. They see you.
That's true.
All the fashion houses, okay? Chanel, B&G, Dolce & Gabbana. Yes, the designer just designs. Who is the one who does the stitches? And do you know our women are good at seamstressing? Many African Americans and Africans will tell you a story how my sister or my mom used a sewing machine to make my dress. But how come we are not found in this upscale designer places? We still look down upon it because during colonization, they train our women to repair dresses, alteration for kids and for workers. So we look down upon it. And we are waiting that our countries will develop so we can provide up to 95% employment. In what area? The areas you're not good at. No wonder nobody's building those things in those countries. So when manufacturing is good in China, how many people are in the factory busting their ass like monkeys, just throwing things in bottles?
Lots of.
So why are you outsourcing your work there? Because they've trained those people. They come to work on time. They don't have their cell phones. They take break. They work until the end because they were trained. How many have outsourced to your country? Because they see that you don't train. Have you watched a YouTube to see a Chinese factory?
Yeah.
Okay. Can that happen in your place where this lady would work 5 straight hours without talking to anybody? No. Then start quarreling, you go on break, you don't come back on time, you check your phone, when it's coming, you hide it. You understand, because you were not trained to attract outsourcing. And you are sitting there complaining every day that unemployment is high and crime is therefore high. Come to find out, people could do work and their children will be happy. Look, I was put through school by a mother who never went to school, can't read or write, was never rich, but she worked. She paid my school fees. And just merely seeing her work was already for us a pride we also imbued. But today, everything I hear every day is STEM. STEM. Really? You're going to outsource your sophisticated i16 iPhone put together design into Jamaica instead of Eastern Europe or China. Because you don't know them by STEM. Usain Bolt has claimed it. No.
So do you believe we could get to a point where we are as good as Europe at engineering or automotive? Do you believe we could ever get to that point, or do you think it's like we need to completely focus on what we are good at?
I'll wait to see if the antelope can wait long enough to become like the tiger. Then I can answer that question.
Because I wonder, because I think that's
wait,
where.
let it simmer in for him. Yeah, seriously, I don't believe that. Okay, I haven't seen, if I should tell the truth, I have not seen any particular society. Oh, they were this, and now look, it's organic. It's a revolution. You can tell from. And if you take photos of about 100 years back and you look at their environment, you will not be surprised that, okay, I see how they became this. So let nobody go into the comment section saying, oh, Chinese were like this. No, you would never find any photos in China that looks like Garrison or Tivoli Garden in Jamaica, a slum where people are living in gutters, and no, you would never find it. They
You
were
saw it in
poor.
Singapore, though.
Huh?
Singapore was a slum before they were what they are now.
Well, when you say slum, what are you talking about?
They were
Have you seen
addicted
a
to
slum?
opioids, and they were addicted to opioids, and they
Yeah,
were
I've
living
seen
in trash.
I have
in the
seen.
60s.
I've seen PDD who is hooked on drugs, but he goes to a beautiful house to sleep in. So getting hooked on opiate doesn't mean you sleep in a gutter.
They were sleeping in gutters, though.
Gutters.
Yes.
You saw in photos, or you
Yeah,
saw?
photos and
my-
videos from the 50s
Yeah,
and 60s.
I'm
yeah.
saying. Do you know what a slum is? Have you seen a slum with your eyes?
I'm sure slums get worse in different places, but they were living in slums.
No. What
Okay.
we call today slums? No. Not at all. Poor areas, yes.
Yeah.
But not a slum compared to what you see in India. No, not like that. Yeah. So anyone who's going to say, oh, China was poor. Poor doesn't mean, okay, what I see today in South Sudan or in the slums in Kenya or in the slums in the black communities in South Africa or in Nigeria, half of the country. No, that one where you have crowds of people in the street with food on their head unaccounted for. You saw Singaporeans just carrying baby on their head and food on their head and hands not washed and selling food on the roadside with dust and mud. No.
What about Indians? They excel at STEM. They're crushing it here in America. But if you go back to some places like Mumbai or
Yes.
Delhi, or even outside of those cities, you see slums. You see huge slums.
Huge slums, that's
but
correct.
here, they excel in STEM. There's some of the
Yes.
largest founders here.
That's correct.
Google's led by them. Microsoft.
Pepsi Cola, you name
Yeah.
it, banking, Chase.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I command a coin, I toss. One time I'm going to go one fall on its tail.
Okay.
So India is an exception, we say.
Okay.
America, every highly religious society, they are always poor. Jamaica has more churches than they have hospitals. Ghana have more churches than they have schools. Nigeria have more churches than they have hospitals and schools and clinics put together. Highly religious. You find poverty. America is an exceptional, highly religious country. Among the G8, it is the only one, and yet rich. So to everything, that is an exception.
Of course.
And with that, gentlemen, yet another good episode. Thank you
sir.
so much. Yes. Right. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for another really interesting discussion with two gentlemen here, Philip Brown and Jaydon Gardner. And I think I'm going to hear your voices in the comment section because I learned from it, and then we create more episodes. Please don't forget to subscribe, follow us, love us, live with us. ZPR, Zanu Project Rethink, and my name is Franck Zanu.